fellow Nigerians, I feel greatly disturbed at the tone we have come to regarding the political crisis in Rivers State. Like many of you, I have watched with concern the development with hope that the parties involved will allow good sense to prevail at the soonest. But all that hope borne out without any solution to the crisis. With the crisis persisting, there's no way democratic governance, which we all fought and worked for over the years, can thrive in a way that will redound to the benefit of the good people of the state. The state has been at a standstill since the crisis started, with the good people of the state not being able to have access to the dividend of democracy. Also, it is public knowledge that the governor of Rivers State, for unjustifiable reasons, demolished the House of Assembly of the state as far back as 13th December 2023, and as up till now, 14 months after, now rebuilt the same. I have made personal interventions between the contending parties for a peaceful resolution of this crisis, but my efforts have been largely ignored by the parties to the crisis. I'm also aware that many well-meaning Nigerians, leaders of thought, and patriotic groups have also intervened at various times with the best of intentions to resolve the matter, but all their efforts were also to no avail. Still, I thank them. On February 28, 2025, the Supreme Court, in a judgment in respect to all about 8 consolidated appeals concerning the political crisis in Rivers State, based on several grave unconstitutional acts and the disregard of the rule of law that has been committed by the governor of Rivers State, as shown by the evidence before it, pronounced in very clear terms. And I quote, "A government cannot be said to exist without one of the 3 arms that make up of the government of a state under the 1999 Constitution as amended. In this case, the head of the executive arm of the government has chosen to collapse the legislature to enable him to govern without the legislature as a despot. As it is, there is no government in Rivers State," and I quote. The above pronouncement came after a catalogue of judicial findings of constitutional breaches against Governor Siminalayi Fubara. Going forward in their judgment, and having found and held that 27 members of the House who had allegedly deflected, and I quote, "are still valid members of Rivers State House of Assembly and cannot be prevented from participating in proceedings of that House by the 8th respondent, that is the governor, in cohort with 4 members," and unquote. The Supreme Court then made some orders to restore the state to immediate constitutional democracy. These orders include the immediate passing of an appropriation bill by the Rivers State House of Assembly, which up to now has not been facilitated. Some militants had threatened fire and brimstone against their perceived enemies of the governor, who has up to now not disowned them. Apart from that, both the House and the governor have not been able to work together. Both of them do not realize that they are in office to work together for the peace and good governance of the state. The latest security report made available to me show that between yesterday and today, there have been disturbing incidents of vandalization of pipelines by some militants without governor taking any action to curtail them. I have, of course, given stand order to the security agencies to ensure safety of lives of good people of Rivers State and the oil pipelines. With all this and many more, no good and responsible president will stand by and allow the grave situation to continue without taking remedial steps prescribed by the Constitution to address the situation in the state, which no doubt requires extraordinary measures to restore good governance, peace, order, and security. In these circumstances, having soberly reflected on and evaluated the political situation in Rivers State, and the governor and deputy governor of Rivers State having failed to make a request to me as president to issue this proclamation as required by Section 305, Paragraph 5 of the 1999 Constitution as amended, it has become inevitably compelling for me to invoke the provision of the Section 305 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, to declare a state of emergency in Rivers State with effect from today, 18th March, year 2025, and I so do. By this declaration, the governor of Rivers State, Mr. Similaye Fubara, his deputy, Mrs. Ngozi Odu, and all elected members of the House of Assembly state are hereby suspended for an initial period of 6 months. In the meantime, I hereby nominate Vice Admiral Eboket Ibas, retired, as administrator to take charge of the affairs of the state in the interests of the good people of Rivers State. For the avoidance of doubt, this declaration does not affect the judicial arm of Rivers State, which shall continue to function in accordance with their constitutional mandate. The administrator will not make any new laws. He will, however, be free to formulate regulations and may be found necessary to do his job, but such regulations will need to be considered and approved by the Federal Executive Council and promoted by the President for the state. This declaration has been published in the Federal Gazette, a copy of which has been forwarded to the National Assembly in accordance with the Constitution. It is my fervent hope that this inevitable intervention will help to restore peace and order in Rivers State by awakening all the contenders to the constitutional imperatives, binding on all political players in the Rivers State in particular and Nigeria as a whole. Long live a united, peaceful, secured, and democratic Rivers State in particular, and the Federal Republic of Nigeria as a whole. God bless you all for listening. Thank you.
Given some of the things that the minister had said in his media parley. And the reason I'm asking this is because rhetorics have a way of inflaming the politics and the politics itself. So I would like you to speak to some of the things that has been played out right here. And because the issues around the FCT minister has said they just, quote and unquote, using my own words now, cannot hold the country to ransom because of threatening to blow up pipelines and all of those things. So I would like you to respond to some of those things he said, as well as what options is on the table right now from where you sit as far as this issue is concerned.
I don't listen to that trainer. I know him. He was my junior in the university. I know that trainer. I don't listen to him. Most times he's under the influence of substance and all that. So I really don't listen to him.
Alhaji, that's the FCT minister we're talking about here, sir.
Yes, I know him very well. He knows me too. He knows me very well. So most times I've not listened to, I only hear from people. So I hardly comment on what he said. because he has never been reasonable. And I feel sad that the political system threw up characters like this, and they become colossus and big, mighty giants. Okay. What I'm trying to say is that whatever he says about the job people, it's okay for us. Because some job people were with him, celebrating him after he had said all that. I did not hear it because I'm not listening. And some people have said it before me, but I'm not concerned. The important thing is this. Ijaw people, quick, Platata Solo said it. Ijaw people owns the land that these resources are there. And if Ijaw people are threatened, they have the right to defend themselves. We have the right to defend ourselves. We have the right to defend our interests. So whatever anybody says, that is the business of that person. The judges will defend their right, they will defend their interests. The judges must protect their life so that they will survive. Our forefathers handed this legacy to us, and we're going to hand over this same legacy to our own children. It is not Nyeso Wike who will tell the job people how we are going to behave, what we are going to do. It's not Nyeso Wike. He not qualify at all to tell us. So if pipeline pass in our place and somebody threatens us and take our livelihood from us, and we decide that this pipeline, we don't want it on our land, Nyeso Wike cannot stop it. Nobody can stop it. Nobody. We are saying it openly. I am saying it. Nobody can stop the job people from doing what we want to do. They never born that person.
But he also said that the protection of the pipeline, the project or the contract itself, was given to an Ijaw person. So is that going to be a conflict of interest if he or his company is trying to protect the pipeline and the same people are trying to destroy the pipeline?
We have not, we just, when Ijaw takes a decision, then whoever is given anything to do anything, fall in line. I don't think an Ijaw man will stand in opposition to the collective interest and survival of Ijaw.
So has a decision been made? Has a decision been given to those pipelines?
I am not, today, I was former president of the Ijaw Nation as president of the Ijaw Youth Council. That was about 25 years ago. I am not the president of INC. I am not the president of the Ijaw Youth Council. I am not the president or chairman of the Ijaw Council of Traditional Rulers and Leaders of Thought. They are their chairman. When they call us and we meet, we have not met. A decision has not been taken. But it's very dangerous. It's very difficult. Look, I know Ijaw people. Ijaw people are the easiest people to mobilize. That's why you are seeing it's just a tip of the iceberg. You are seeing Ijaw demonstrating in Abuja, demonstrating in Warri, demonstrating in Yenegua, demonstrating in Port Harcourt, demonstrating at Abalama, and everywhere. Ijaws are rising up. The flame is sparking, and it is better. And some of the job people, because of the anger, I have heard so many job people, the anger, women going topless because they are so angry with what they said in statement he has made, which I have not heard directly, and I'm not interested in hearing it. So even before we take decision, some job people can decide to act on their own, and that's the most dangerous. That's the most dangerous. That some Ijaw people, they know the fury of Ijaw people, and they want to test it. I wish them the best of luck. I pray that this fury does not come.
Alhaji, at the end of the day, we're trying to find a pathway. But let's talk about some of the things that people have been, more like the nuances around. Some people have been saying that the end game is to impeach the governor, and all is being done to that effect. I would like your reaction to that.
My dear brother, make them try now. They have the power, they have the number. Make them try. Make them try. See, this is how it started in the former Western region, Operation Betty. This is how it started in the Western region, little by little. And as somebody who is close to President Ahmed Bola Tinubu, who has so much love for President Ahmed Bola Tinubu, I've been crying out. I've been crying out on top of my 6-story building, calling on Ahmed Bola Tinubu that this crisis, this Goliath you have created in Rivers State, the same way that Goliath fell in other realms, this Goliath will be brought down by the people of Rivers State. And if the Goliath is brought down, the consequences of it will be far-reaching. And that's why I am calling on President.
Late last night near the Bodo Boni Road, which is under construction. The police in Rivers State have confirmed the fire incident, which occurred at the Trans-Niger Delta pipeline operated by Shell Petroleum Development Company. The police in a statement said security operatives cited the incident during a routine night patrol at the facility, which is located at the border of Bo and Bodo communities in Gokana local government area of Rivers State. According to the statement, the company initiated safety protocols, including shutting down the affected pipeline in order to contain the blaze and bring the situation under control. The police says 2 persons have been arrested for questioning as part of ongoing investigation to determine the cause of the fire. Videos from the site this morning showed flames raging through the area, raising concerns about potential environmental damage and disruption to oil transportation. The Trans-Niger pipeline, which is a critical federal oil transport infrastructure, supplies crude to the Boni Export Terminal in Rivers State. When contacted, the Rivers State Police Public Relations Officer, Grace Iringe Koko, stated that she would investigate the situation and provide updates. President General of the Ogoni Youth Federation, Legbosi Yamabana, joins me on